Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So let's get straight into it. We're starting off with the plank position. So you're coming up off the mat onto your hands and your toes, creating a straight line all the way from your head down to your ankles. And you're holding it here for about 5 seconds, making sure you squeeze your abs. So we're coming back up into the plank pose. This time you're raising your right leg up off the ground, making sure you're squeezing your abs really tight. Hold it here for about 5 seconds, then take it down and do the same thing on the other leg, really engaging your core muscles when you raise your left leg. And you're taking it down into Cobra. Stay here for a few breaths. And then still working with plank. This time we're coming down onto the mat, onto our forearms, into a low plank. Still maintaining that straight line with your body. Hold it here for about 5 seconds. And taking it down into Cobra. This time you're coming back up into a low plank and you're raising your right leg off the ground, really engaging your core muscles, and doing the same thing on the other leg after a short break. Raising that left leg up, really squeezing those abs, and taking it down into Cobra. So next up we are stepping back into the downward facing dog, really squeezing your tummy in this pose, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we're going to move into the Dolphin Pose. So you're coming down onto your forearms, holding your weight up with your arms. And we're going to shift our weight forward, all the way forward onto our forearms, almost into a low plank. And then you're going to shift back into the Dolphin Pose, making sure your abs are really squeezed in when you're doing this. So you're shifting back and forth from Dolphin into an almost low plank and back up. We'll do that once more, shifting that weight forward onto your forearms, back into Dolphin, and then taking all the way down to the mat into Child's Pose. Okay, so we're just hanging about on the mat for a little bit. Next up we're doing quite a difficult pose called the boat pose. We'll do 2 variations of it. So for this pose you really need to squeeze your abs in because you have to balance on your bum. So making sure for this pose your back has to be really straight, neck nice and long, core engaged. So once you find your balance in this position, you are letting go of your arms and you're literally balancing on your bum. So arms outstretched, we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and taking it down. I was shaking like a leaf during this pose, so if you are shaking when you do this, that is perfectly fine. It means you're working. So we'll do that again, and this time we're going to change it a bit. We'll do the more advanced version of this. So you're extending your legs up, all the way up, making sure you keep your back as straight as you can, neck really long, squeezing your abs so you can balance. When you feel ready, let go, keeping your legs up, squeezing those abs, and when you're ready, take it down onto the mat. Okay, that was quite challenging, so let's move down onto the mat and we're relaxing here for a little bit, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and in a bit we'll move into the bridge pose. So for this pose you're raising your hips off the ground, keeping your shoulders depressed, feet flat, arms flat at your side, and we are raising our right leg off the ground. So this is the one-legged bridge pose. So remember to squeeze your abs when you do this. If you start to shake, that is brilliant. Just make sure you really squeeze your abs the whole time. So stay here on each side for about 5 seconds. then bring it down onto the mat. Okay, remaining on the mat, we're going to move into single leg raises. So you're raising one leg at a time, keeping your legs, both legs really straight, and you're switching between your legs, and the leg on the closer to the mat should not touch the mat, it should be just off the ground. So you're switching, keeping your core really tight. I'll do this about 5 times on each leg, and bringing both your knees towards your chest. Let's keep it going with bicycle crunches. So you are extending one leg at a time, making sure when you extend your leg it doesn't touch the ground, it's just above the ground. Engaging your lower abs when you do this, keeping your head and neck off the ground, really squeezing your abs. Doing this about 5 times on each leg. And once you're done, you're bringing both knees, drawing them towards your chest, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. So let's move on to the next exercise. So almost there. So you're coming down onto the mat, nice and flat, getting ready for the Superman pose. So for this pose, you're bringing your arms forward, and you're going to raise your chest and legs off the ground, pushing with your core as much as you can. So you're lifting your body as much as you can off the ground, squeezing every muscle in your body, and holding it here and releasing it, taking it down. We'll do that once more. Really squeeze your abs, your arms, your thigh muscles, and raise yourself off the mat as much as you can, and take it down. Okay, we'll stay here for a bit for a short break, and we're moving back into child's pose for a few seconds before we move into the side plank. So for the side plank, you're coming onto your side, you're balancing on your arm and extending the other arm all the way up. So you're supporting yourself with your arm and your feet. You can use both feet if you want, or if you feel like a challenge, you can raise the other leg up off the ground, really squeezing your abs. So we'll do the same thing on the other leg, balancing on your arm, extending the other one all the way above you, balancing on your feet, or if you feel like a challenge, you're balancing on one foot and raising the other one up off the ground. So next up, we're working on our internal and external obliques. So you're starting off in the downward dog, and then you're going to raise your leg into the three-legged dog. So you're bringing your knee down to your tricep, and then you're going to turn your body to the other tricep, and you're going to take it down to your wrist, and then back to the other wrist, and back into downward dog. So you're making a box with your knee. So it's up, so it's tricep, other tricep, down to your wrists, other wrist, and back. So this one is really good. It's very challenging, but it's really good for an ab workout. 2 more exercises and then we're done. So this is the bird dog pose. So you're extending your right leg out and extending your left arm out, keeping both as straight as you can, squeezing your abs so that you can really balance when you do this. So we'll do the same thing on the other leg. Left leg out, right arm out, both nice and straight, core really tight. And we have reached the last exercise. Well done for making it this far. We are just doing a normal squat, making sure your knees are not passing your toes. Hold this for about 5 seconds, really squeezing in your stomach, and then that's it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.